How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
To run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Infilia.
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have to have some words. So today is Friday. Friday the 8th. I think. I might be getting that wrong. Nope, I'm right. Friday the 8th. And, Nintendo did a thing, boys. They released Metroid 5. Metroid Dread. And I came home from work. I did my auditions. I sent my emails. I did some networking on LinkedIn. The entire time, man. The entire time. That game was calling my name. So, you know, I played it. Played a bunch of it. I haven't beaten it, but I played a lot of it over the past couple hours. Now, like most Metroid games, I got completely fucking lost, and about 45 minutes of my time was backtracking, running around trying to find where the fuck I'm supposed to go, and then I realized I missed something completely obvious, and then I felt bad about my own brain. Now, I do intend to eventually stream Metroid Dread, but I don't have a capture card currently. So, my only real option then is to beat the game and then try and do an 100% run. At least that's the plan. I want to try and do a 100% run on that game eventually. So, that is the plan. But I love it. I love it so much. I love the Emmys, despite the fact that they can insta-kill you. I love Samus's new look. Her legs are extra thick. Legit, she looks good. I love the new design. Ugh. I forgot to turn on my lamp. Like usual. I like how you don't have the morph ball right away. Which is, it's so much a staple that you get, like, one of your first abilities is a morph ball, but you don't get it in this one. But yeah, it's very good. But, what am I doing talking about that? Well, we got some Manderville shit to do. Well now, if it ain't my favorite venture and my favorite mithril I report along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help you two lovely ladies, I'm afraid you've found old woman at a loss. Uldar has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I recognize our phantom friend could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn in a right dither. Word has it they've formed a regiment of the best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Umbra. I'd say it's time to pay a visit to the Heart of the Sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourself involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever danger lies ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Umbra. Time is of the essence. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot I had RP walk on. Alright. Ugh. Owie. So much is happening in chat. So I really want to propose something to the FC, and I may do that soon. Kind of the problem I'm running into is I don't know what the logistics of it are going to be. But I'm sure if I got like a group of people together who were willing to help, it wouldn't be too hard. So what I want to do is I want to do like a Halloween costume contest. Now, I'm not going to be able to play on Halloween, but like, you know, around Halloween costume contest. And I want to do a glamour contest. But I really don't know the logistics of how I'd go about doing something like that, so I'll just have to figure it out, I guess. Hey, Humphrey. Halt! Authorized personnel are allowed in. Stop bugging me with a broadsword. It's the Gentleman of Light's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled Warrior of Light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan Sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Oh, only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that Gentleman of Light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of my soul. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero, Master Hildebrand. The Sultan Sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me you've come to assist Master Hildebrand in his investigation, haven't you? Cole, why didn't you say so sooner? At least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Philic. She's one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, eh? Alright. A pleasure to meet you, Philic. My name is Ellie, from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information that might shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Umbra Vieris, yes? I need to adjust my chair. My pillow's falling off. Ugh. So legitimately, to sit in this chair, I have to have a back pillow and a butt pillow, because otherwise it's so poorly cushioned that I will cease to exist fairly quickly in terms of comfortability. I will just stop existing. There we go. You know Umbra? As any regular reader of the Mithril, I would. I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the Inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan Sworn. The elite of Uldar's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Brereton. Always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie. Umbra. A moment, if you would. Right there. Very good. Now face me and don't move an ilm. Inspector, what is that in your... Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mass left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counteragent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector! The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Swan at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ul'dah, the last of the 4 lost relics of Belladia. I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and time again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference to an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed of these 4 Belladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Belladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to protect it. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust and instructed them to be on lookout for any suspicious personages. The Blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Swan have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks and a gentleman answers. There he is. Ow. Cast all worry from your heart, milady. Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. Demasking powder. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. But you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame that... Inspector Hildebrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know with about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far: the head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh-ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a great sword? Strangled with a subligar? Subligar, mayhap? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the death of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar turned butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildebrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. Cut to Hildebrand snorting it. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend. I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Umbra, the ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 8 sins of Sasamo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off! I love him. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Felice's demasking dust to good use. Okay. Let's just port over to the Thaumaturgist Guild, because that's probably going to be the fastest. One of those need a drink kind of moments. Flowers. Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing, eh? I'm the one who put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me poor boy. You dare defile his memory? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place! Run away while you still can! Run far away! Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie just like my poor boy. A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard of the horrors of Silda? Aye, Uldar's sibling nation, against which we waged war for centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, aye, but I speak of a far greater horrors than death. An unholy draught brewed by a Sildan alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, and his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers. The traitor's spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan's court. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respects. The traitor's spurn. I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sildan, I'm sure of it. Only a Sildan would know the recipe. But the last remnants of the Silda died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, does he? But did it ever occur to you that he might be an artist to God's phantom? Heard the tales from my own great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Belladia and the power they hold, the power to exact justice. A spectre of Silda has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe, woe unto us all! Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? Okay, I'm getting tired of doing that voice. She's a crazy old lady who lost her son. And that is sad, but she's also nuts. Bleeding old sun's here somewhere. I can feel it in my follicles. The most potent hair tonic in the realm is seen. Aye, that it was. For all of a fortnight before my flooring locks fell out all over again. Just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass over in the quicksand just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Montebank, charlatan. I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Lalafell. It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotten flesh, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate his tortured soul that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Silda might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Brereton. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. Okay, so now we're heading back over here. Good thing I decided to go to the Thaumaturge's Guild. Saved me a bunch of time in the end. Neneko.
Researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and Silda, are you? Most impressive. Young people these days show so little interest in learning from the past. Anyhow, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The Fifth Astral Era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which, in turn, swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Belladia some 8 centuries ago. Imagine a government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been brought as Belladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not meant to be.
Okay. Interesting.
Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Silda? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Silda's alchemists devised a horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nations that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors.
You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Silda. As a fellow student of history, though. No. I more than welcome the conversation. Belladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age, their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the two nations of Ul'dah and Silda. But, not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry.
What's that you say? You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Silda. I suppose I can spare a moment or two, but take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. 2 scales, 1 gold and 1 silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Silda weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yeah, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ul'dah in prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildan knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories? And what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Silda, Ul'dah and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you will see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some point deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I've said enough already.
Dun, 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 dun. What is going on in the FC chat? You know what? I'll ask later. I'm definitely going to put it in the Discord rather than the actual chat. My ever-loving loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed. As it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession devised the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and Silda. The two nations coexisted for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ul'dah's superior military might, Silda employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into fearsome undead legions. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Silda, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildan statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for suffering he was wrought.
A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Silda. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. This Sildan connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him.
Wait, yes, it's coming to me, of course! My keen investigative senses ringing out in the voice loud and clear. This man, Miss Ellie, speaks of... just might know something.
You really should stop thinking so hard.
You like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Good Lord! Yes. Guguria.
Yes? If you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by.
Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes. You, the thief of many faces?
Me? A thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits.
I thought I recognized that voice. Oh, this bitch. Lady Dorilda, well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair evening?
Why, I live here, you ham-headed halfwit. Inspector Breard here. This is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Dorilda, what about...
Ah, yes. My dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Eshtaheim's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Uldar myself? Jesus, she's still a bitch. I'll say it just one more time, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions over full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Aww. She's a better mom now, that's good. Hey, Hilda. Brent. Alright.
Alright, I'll tell you what I know.
But you didn't hear from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got some of that zombie dust, the traitor's spurn, was it? And his card speaks of 5 victims. Got me thinking, Silda, 5 victims, I, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth? I'm not familiar with the name. Few would be, on account of them being somewhat something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ulda-Silda conflict from reaching the ears of folks like you and me. False knowledge, pray tell. Just what sort of knowledge might that be? The Thal's balls, don't make me say no more. I've got family to feed. Very well. Just tell us one last thing. Who hired you? And where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Unless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secret they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how all this works, but Hob's got high-ranking friends in the Brassblades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has procured for us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. Let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak. I love doing the Hildebrandt voice. Aw, poor guy. He's super dead. Alright, search for Hob. And he's gonna be over there. That makes sense. Alright. Noom. Noom. Oh, we're going right into it. Okay. Master Hob, is everything quite all right? No, stand back, Ellie. Hunger. I'm hungry for bread. Damn, there's no saving the man. Umbra, do what you must. This is what I'm good at. Oh, is there actually no fight? Okay. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of undead. It would seem we were a few moments late to the scene. A message. And then there was one. There it is again. Is something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Nashu. There is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense. A sense that someone, or something, is watching us. The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. My phone keeps going off. I too had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone.
Inspector! Inspector! I'll go with her.
If you insist, Nashu, then I give you my leave. But pray be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe, and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life.
Your life, at Costa del Sol, yes. That was quite the ordeal, wasn't it?
I love how we're all looking away.
I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me.
Everyone is looking away. A secret vow? Oh-ho. Consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now, let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. Okay. Right. No, that's not what I meant. Okay, so, hold on. That's the Alchemist Guild, so now that makes this pretty easy. So let's go... No! There we go. Good lord. Good lord, ladies and gentlemen. My God, I don't know what that was. Ethernet, Alchemist Guild. Let's just warp right over. Save us some time. Save us some time.
A fourth victim. Thou have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The Arbiters of Truth? No, it can't be. Somebody help! Miss Ellie, the voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry.
Uh-oh. Miss Ellie, are you hurt?
That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions, but I knew what was happening. He was on me. I could only...
Bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you?
She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of the Sultan Sword Squire, blah, blah, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something's amiss.
What?
The thief of many faces. To think we would find our man like this.
Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare this case closed. It's not. I return this sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. And then he's going to slip, and the dust is going to hit her, and she's going to turn into the Two-Faced Man. Oh no, it's going to hit him. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value you'd like to wantonly destroy? Ah. Double mask.
What? What is the meaning of this?
Ingenious. A double disguise planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt.
This is... Guys,
One of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise men's whisper, it's gone. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops, do not rest until she is in custody. And now the game is truly afoot. Bah, what is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we are about to make our triumphant return, isn't that right, Enkidu? Oh, Nashu, please don't get hurt. I love you. Miss Ellie? Miss Ellie? That shadow you said you saw, I think it was just a dormouse. To think he'd so literally stumble face first into a second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Well, shit. Alright. 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 Beneath the mask. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than... Hildebrand Manderville? Me, mind you. It's not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened, and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to present the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such a time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side, speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector, over here! Inspector?
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw someone in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's senses speak to me. Someone is watching us. Umbra, let us spit up and canvass our surroundings. He's picked up that Nashu's not right. Da, 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 da. Be wary and be warned. That's from Gilgamesh. Oh, there's another one. Water stain lighter. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. Ooh, demasking dust. Uh-oh, Godbert. Ho ho ho. If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Umbra. I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed, and I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you. Take a step back. Oh, so your pursuit of the Thief of Many Faces has taken quite the unexpected turn. And now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend. Or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes. The plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for the utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone, myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of the Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist you in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would... not be pleased. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get a shake. Okay. I'm back. I heard a bunch of talking upstairs, and I was like, ooh, do we have guests? I should probably check and make sure everybody knows not to be too loud. But that's fine. Alright. If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the imposter beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Umbra. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss?
Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It's the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us.
Oh my god.
Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Inspector Brereton told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me.
Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason the fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse.
Curses. This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him in quickly. Time is of the essence.
I questioned the Sultan's ward outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father! What brings you here?
Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us.
Inspector Brereton, I should hope you are not doubting me.
While I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities.
An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Umbra found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet lying about, would there?
What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party. But worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wriggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be.
I fear that that is more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Umbra here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown.
My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem. I am Manderville.
Man!
Doing what only a Manderville From the peaks of Kurthis to Thanalan, Manderville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
Perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old...
That's not Nashu.
Genius Inspector?
We got him.
The charade is up, Miss Ellie.
That's not Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie! You look somehow different. Oh, wait, is it? She's got her hair down. No, because she did have the mole. But she always wore a hat. Curian woman. Seven Hills. Done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Breardian. Once again, you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Ceci. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look like you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Silda aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains for once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers. All the while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of the nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to the heights of celebrity. Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what it is that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes. Justice! 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these fool deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait. The history says that it was Silda that turned their own men into zombies. The histories lie! You work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter! It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that deadly powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his legs fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed Sultan Sworn would kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long, you, and everyone in this rotten nation, will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice, a dashing rebel wagging battle against power and authority. Waging battle against power and authority? Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough, when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of powder from the Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened? By assembling 4 secret relics from Belladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Silda, before the Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think. One day, you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down on Ulda. No, wait. You'll be dead! Preposterous! But first, you, my dear, you will not have the pleasure of looking upon the last... Jesus fucking Christ. Hello.
Hey. I was trying to get your attention.
Yeah, I can't hear anything with these on. I'm streaming.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what the recording sign's for. Hey guys, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. Okay. My brother just scared the shit out of me. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. My brother is in town and visiting, and he just scared the living shit out of me because I cannot hear anything with these headphones on, and he tapped me on the shoulder. Which is probably going to be in the stream VOD, so that's going to be interesting. But first, you, my dear.
You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all your rotten lies.
I think not, Miss Sissy. Hildebrand!
You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way?
Godbert Manderville. I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day. Oh, it's his mom. Godbert Manderville. I can't even trust you to keep a watch on him for a day. I knew it! That presence watching over us from the shadows, it was you, my dear wife! Ugh, I just spat everywhere. Oh my god, that musical sting.
Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother?
She looks younger than Hildebrand. Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Umbra. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Oh shit! Is this actually happening? Nope. Oh my god!
Do you have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse and ye hadn't even bloody noticed! You! Umbra something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet you. My dear boy always had a habit of a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here. Look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't you?
Jesus.
Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him! He's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. Phial of holy water.
The ingredients are simple: a tatter of the oversoul rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Singot at the market stocks the former, and the latter you could procure from a trader by the name of Ogest. Now hurry! Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive.
Ouch. That smarts. Ye gods, Hildy. You're looking none too hearty yourself.
No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf! Now, are you gonna accompany Umbra here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall?
But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Singot sundries, was it? Come now, Umbra. There's work to be done.
He's terrified. Sapphire Avenue Exchange. So if I can pop in here. So we're probably gonna be ending the stream a little early today because, as I said, my brother's in town. And as a result of that, him and his girlfriend are going to dinner with his girlfriend's sister, so they need somebody to watch the dog for a little bit. So I'm gonna be calling it early to watch the dog / play Metroid Dread. Oversoul rags, you say? I fear that I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. You expect me to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. Oh, shit. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share.
My lady, you are far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildebrand and Umbra here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and cheated my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. Thal take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her.
A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Umbra? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this traitor named Jest.
Righty. Over by the Alchemist Guild. The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs, and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you could give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be happier and wealthier man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you. I do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents.
Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep.
After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget. But it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance?
Oh my god.
Umbra, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance?
Can't speak.
Heavens, the poor inspector.
Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh. What say you bid farewell to preening fops and scruffy adventurers and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty?
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Umbra with a bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks.
She knows. She knows how to grift. She knows how to get him. Nice. Fuck that guy. You know this woman? Bah. If that is the price you would set, then so be it. I missed the rest of that because I accidentally clicked.
I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think he has this beloved by so many. Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Umbra, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him.
I trust the two of you wouldn't dare come back empty-handed. Bloody brilliant. Aye, I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Now, stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Thaw ya bloody bugger, guide me skillet.
I don't know what voice this is. I'm giving up on it.
Aye, that should stop the spread. Now, it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good.
Yes, I'm sure it did. Umbra, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Silda Ruins. We must go there with all haste.
You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Ul'dah is at stake.
Umbra, my strength is yours as well, for Ul'dah and for our friend Hildy.
You! You remind me of my husband. Oh, with you having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, then why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see. I believe 20 crates or so should suffice.
I am a warrior, not a... yes, milady.
Nice. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Umbra. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Umbra and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Umbra could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me, and what? The crystals, where have they gone? Oh, he literally just...
Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
That voice, could it be?
My faithful companion.
My faithful companion. Why must you always make me wait so? He literally just summoned a primal. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go.
What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the Silda excavation site with her mind set on turning Ul'dah into the land of the walking dead. Your concern with Hildy is most touching, but don't you worry. Mommy Dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easy.
I don't know what that accent was, and I'm gonna have to fucking discard it. What is happening? No! I almost went to the wrong location. I hate when I do that. So, I know where that is. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. And no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with traitor's sperm. One misstep and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Umbra. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Umbra. Surely, if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you.
Umbra, I suggest you leave this place while you can. I bear you no grudge. Should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister, Ceci, is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see that no harm befalls her. How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune. Nothing. Two sisters against the world with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the Uldan dogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness! I'm sorry, Inspector. Oh, Nashu. There's too many of them.
Ah, Godbert. All in a day's work for a Manderville man. Oh my god! That was amazing.
You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it. It's only with Inspector Hildebrand's ridiculously good fortune that you ever made it this far. And he's as good as 6 films under.
Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril.
I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of Trader's spurn. I fear the good Inspector's luck has finally run out.
Those balls, is there no end to them? It's not like I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it?
It's a shame to lose you, Umbra. Warrior of light that you are, might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! Dapper zombies! Yeah, they're still in the sway of Hildebrand! When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword. Are my eyes to be believed? That pose! No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see.
They are 4 gentlemen of light! Good God. Just so, my good man. Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? There it is. Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me, you've got the snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks that I've ripped clean from your bloody head.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Elazar. Cor, you're looking absolutely resplendent today.
Impossible! The holy water couldn't have cured him. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombie Brand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action.
An immunity to... I'm just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense.
The guy in the background just like cheering. The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. It's over. It's all over. Inspector Radian, you said there was something you wanted to tell me when this was all through. I imagine you have no words for me now.
Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found someone with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you?
Cool! Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only guilty ones here. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspirations cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Uldar was built on lies. I see what I have seen today. I cannot deny your words. It would not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. Aww. We look so sad. Ahem. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me! If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Umbra's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye. The time for our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Why the long face, friend?
But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be? Could it be? The treaty blade, and the true one at that! None other. And I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. But I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend? Is that my cue, old friend?
Oh, there goes Scuba Steve.
Thou be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent.
Abomination? I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. But 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were there. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was!
By the gods, it makes perfect sense! Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu.
And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic.
Umbra, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amdapor Keep. "'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu! To the skies!" "2 against 1? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Umbra, to Amdapor."
This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once.
No need, I'm here.
Oh, but of course. I had nearly forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Umbra, you are our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade.
Everybody posting in the background. All right. We're gonna hop over to Quarry Mill. I've got like 20 minutes before I like really have to call it. I'm such a high level, the enemies are ignoring me. I'm such a high level, the enemies are ignoring me. Alright. Hildebrand. Oh, you're upside down again.
Ahem. Is that you, Umbra? Pray forgive me. I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention.
Gordon Ramsay logged in.
I will be concluding my investigation forthwith. But in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we reclaim the treaty blade from the knave, Umbra. Yes, just go on ahead. I'll be along directly.
All right. The battle at the... There's the battle at the big bridge, battle at the big keep. Oh. Wrong button. One of my pieces of equipment needs to be repaired. Need to do some reparations. Hello, madam. Repair all my shit for me, please. Thank you. Yes. Tend to my chocobo, no. Companion. Chocobo is stabled. Fetch. Let's bring out Fuzzy Boy. There you go, Fuzzy Boy. Alrighty. Okay. All right. So, while we wait, we're just gonna kind of chill out. If this ends up taking too much time, I'm probably gonna have to call it, and we will finish the Manderville missions tomorrow. But, if that isn't the case, we will continue with other things. I want to try and do the boss fight before I have to call it. But if that becomes an impossibility, we're just gonna have to be like, all right, well, we tried. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Hello, Lalafell man. Very cute. Actually, while we wait, let's port over to Ralga's Reach. Oh, wait, we have to go to La Nocia. Whoops, I just wasted 200 gil. Approximately. But it's whatever. Heading over to the upper decks. I'm just gonna check some stuff while we wait. Lahi. So we're in Ulda. Wrong button. Let's go see if we can run into some friends. Somebody's mad. Okay, so no, the second you get there, it changes to quicksand. I was wondering if I could just like kind of wander around and find a buddy. It looks like that's not happening. Well, I mean, it still could. He's here somewhere. I'm just having fun. Might as well see if we can say hi to somebody. But it sounds like we're not able to find anybody. If we're not able to find anybody, it's fine. Wait, which? Hold on. Yeah, I need ninja. Oh. I guess not. Do 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 do. They're very good. Clean up a body. All right. Well, I'm gonna have me a sit. We're gonna go on idling camera for a little bit. While we wait to see if we get into the duty. And while we wait, we're just gonna chill. No reason not to just like chill out. I keep accidentally extra clicking. Sometimes the idling camera has a makes weird decisions. Like, what's the focus of this one? Hey, it's a 2B. It's a multiple 2Bs. Because when that raid came out, everybody started dressing like that. Oh, we got two Mikote in a staring contest. And another Mikote in the background dancing. We got another staring contest. This is why you use the converse emote, by the way. So when somebody's in idling camera, it doesn't look like two people are just staring at one another. This is a very, like, weirdly pulled back image of one person sitting. Oh, we got a bunch of dragoons posing. Oh, that guy just changed his hat. Not sure, because everybody's facing the other way. Hey, idling camera, you sure you got this? Now we're following a turtle. Okay, I'm bored. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Display name setting, others, friends. Friends is set to always. So theoretically, if he were around here, I'd see his name, but I guess he's not. I wanted to say hi, but oh well. Whatever. Golly, we're still waiting on that duty. Good lord. Okay, so now we're okay. Or is the steps of... Hold on. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm not even in the right area. I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Or wait a minute. Is Ul'dah the Steps of Nuld like this entire place? Well, that doesn't help me. Alright, whatever. Alright. Well, we've been waiting almost 20 minutes. And we still haven't seen anything. So we are going to work on that later. Probably tomorrow. And I'll see if I can get a party together to take him on tomorrow. But I hesitate to do anything else because I'm going to be stepping away shortly to take care of the dog. So we will call it there. Hey, Ted! I didn't even see the chat. I hope I did. It looks like I missed you. I'm sorry. Or unless you're about to... Unless you're... I'm good. Sam's in town. I just saw this. I'm sorry. Yeah. But I have to stop, actually, Ted, because Sam's in town, and I gotta go keep an eye on Sokka. So I will see you soon. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry I didn't see that until just now. But I will be streaming again tomorrow, so I will talk to you later. Love you, buddy.